All right, welcome to this daily horoscope for February 4th through the 6th, Wednesday through Friday. My name is Athen. All right, so we have the moon in Leo for these 3 days, and this is still the full moon energy of Cancer, of course. So it's still overall about connecting to our roots, our soul family, getting in touch with our emotional inner feelings and our inner temple, you might say. And so for these 3 days, it's about expressing it. And I mentioned this too in the full moon report because the full moon does involve the sun energy of expressing the Cancerian energies. But here for these 3 days, definitely about the self-expression once now the moon goes into the sign of Leo. And this is also everything creative too. Creative projects, a great 3 days to do these types of things. Bring more creativity into what you're already doing because this is just the vital life force energy. This is the energy of the sun, of just expressing yourself, radiating and enjoying the things that you enjoy in life. And then naturally through that, there's this creative sort of element because at the end of the day, everything's creative. So it's about bringing in that life force energy. The enjoyment of life will naturally spark a lot of this creative sort of imagination, creative energy that gets Leo moving and expressing. Now, as the 3 days unfold here around Thursday and Friday, it's going to be very important that we balance this with the Aquarian energies because we have a lot of planets in Aquarius right now. We've got Venus, we've got Mars, we've got Neptune and Chiron all in Aquarius. And with the moon opposing these planets Thursday and Friday, just keeping that balance of, there is this emphasis on us. This is a fire energy. It's about what we enjoy, what we're expressing. And so just balancing it with the other orientation, being of service, remembering, in this sense, relationships with Venus, remembering too these things that you're doing in terms of your, giving back or being of service in some way with Mars in the 11th. And your spirituality and these types of things. But all in all, just remembering the orientation between balancing between self and other and being of service is definitely going to be a key here, I think, Thursday and Friday. Now it's going to be squaring up to Saturn, so there is definitely some grounding, of course, and that's just the energies of Leos. We don't want to get too too wild with it, so keep it nice and grounded, and trining up to Pluto, which is again forming positive aspects to this overall life path energy. So there's definitely a lot of support, definitely a lot of opportunities here for this whole life path stuff, and it's definitely going to be the case Thursday and Friday. Now on Thursday in particular, we do have Mercury sextiling up to Saturn, which is definitely a good clarity of the importance of life. This is the Saturn element of, the necessity, the grounded element, the reality of situations, being able to see things very clearly, especially in terms of transformation, especially in terms of whatever this transparency and depth we've been building in our lives with Saturn and Scorpio. So just all in all, very good clarity, a very good understanding of the practical aspects of life, which of course is another sextile, another opportunity, so you can channel that into whichever area suits you or in general. Now on Friday, we do have the exact opposition between the Sun and Jupiter. So as these 3 days unfold, especially around Friday, again, a balancing element, and this is the balancing of the 4th house and the 10th house. So for those of us who are perhaps spending a lot of time at home or with our roots in these sort of Cancerian energies, it's going to be making sure we keep a nice balance between those, what you might call the domestic side of life, or the inner side of life, with the external side of life, or the career side of life, which is the 10th house. It's what we're giving and being of service to the public. So perhaps on a mundane level, it's career and family, making sure we're balancing these two areas. But all in all, it's just making sure there's a good balance between what's going on the inside, what's going on the outside with the Sun in the 10th house in Capricorn. Because there's all of this expression here too. This is the Leo energy, and the ruler of these 3 days, the Sun, is in the 10th. There's definitely an opportunity here to express ourselves in the sort of public way, or with just outside. And of course, that can mean through one-on-one relationships. It's not necessarily like public speaking or anything like this, but there's definitely this extroverted sort of energy and opportunity for us to express ourselves. So again, just balancing that and staying connected, I think rooted with our emotional side of life is definitely going to be key here, especially around Friday, but in either case, enjoying it nonetheless. All right, so let's go ahead and draw a card and see where Spirit would like a little more emphasis for these 3 days. Sagittarius, okay, that's where Pluto is. That's what this whole life path transformation is about. I always see the centaur keeping an eye on the target. This is the archer. This is the centaur on its life path, on its life journey, keeping that clear focus, not exactly on the outcome, but on what you want, in terms of what you want the experience to be, and leaving it up to the universe. And that's the Pluto element to this, is that there's this strong element of releasing the outcome to how things unfold. So perhaps it's a reminder from Spirit to continue to move forward, continue to enjoy the process, but leave the details up to God and the universe. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a fantastic 3 days. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you have any questions, please get in touch, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.